Day 8 podcast, Feeling at Home Inside Yourself. I think from the time we are born, or maybe even before that, we seem to look for love outside ourselves. Is this learned behaviour, or is it in our DNA? I don't think that is what really matters, the where or the why. I think what really matters is we have a choice to progress into something else. Self-love is a good choice, a good thing to progress into. Looking inside for love is always a good option. Sometimes I think people think self-love comes from outside ourselves and not realizing it is within us and part of who we are. We might not be actioning it, well, to the extent that we could be, or it might be dormant or hidden in the layers of our being. When the self is absent of love, we can easily be dissatisfied with love. Nothing seems to fit or have that sense of right, or there is something always wrong when it comes to the outside love. Learning to love from the inside out is a blessing, not just loving from loving yourself. Kind of like an extension of yourself where you are part of the equation. Sometimes we think we are in love, though the love is not from the heart, filled with love, but from a heart needing love. This is the point. We think we are in love. Alas, there is such a big difference between mind love and heart love. When the self is absence of love, there is a sense of loneliness that sits inside the cells. It even gives us a sense of feeling lost or there's something missing. We don't know why we feel this way, it just is. Or we can't put our finger on what we are really feeling or why. There's something missing, and these spaces are waiting for you. I believe this is part of the reason we are here on this planet, learning to come closer to ourselves. It becomes easier to love others when we have learnt to love ourselves. Many years ago, I was a tragic person. Learning to love myself was the solution to becoming who I am today. When there is a problem, the only solution is to love. If the problem persists, the only solution is to love more. This was a statement which became my mantra and a great healer in my life. It was there, standing hand in hand with gratitude. It helped me heal a deep wound that I could not fathom or understand a situation or the people involved. The only solution was to love, and when I was not healing, I loved more. It helped me come back to focus on myself, on my life. Through the situation, I became absence of love. The only way to heal was to love. When there is a problem, the only solution is to love. If the problem persists, the only solution is to love more. Focus on the solution, not the story. The solution is love. When you become closer to yourself, you'll find a lot of the past hurts will fall away. There just isn't any space or necessity for the hurt to be there anymore. Unconditional love is virtually impossible for a human. It has too many conditions on it. I know that sounds strange. Really, think about it. I'm sure you'll understand what I mean. Unconditional love has too many expectations attached to it. It requires us to love without wanting it back. In a heart absence of self, this could be quite difficult. We are human. We want to be loved. To work towards love without condition, now that is another thing. It is more possible And it would be a lot of work, discipline, and self-counseling involved. A lot of work, very rewarding and enlightening. Philosophy embodied to become a principle to live by would be a necessity to undergo, so that love without condition would become a possibility. Oh, and of course, lead you to self-love. Principles such as no blame for others or yourself, taking responsibility for yourself and everything in it, living without taking things too personally, understanding that you are part of every story that has or will take place, looking at a situation that's not quite right for you, and asking yourself, what part of this story or what part of this situation is mine? Learning the difference between truth and what really is your truth. Learning what's truly right for you. Learning to process from one emotional state to another. For example, reaction to interaction, anger to peace, hate to love, sorrow to joy, control to guiding, disconnection to presence. We are the students, the world is our classroom, and our life one of our greatest teachers. I'm also going to say that we are also one of our greatest teachers. Our life is us. We are creating it. We are writing our story. One of my teachers right now is no comparison. Letting go of comparison is a great teacher and a great guide. It can also be a clear way out when people want you to be part of their need to compare. When I say this, I'm unable to commit. I don't do comparison. Most people don't know what to say after that. It's crazy how many times I've been able to use it. Not just with other people, with myself as well. It brings me back to center, and it brings me back to a truth, a more simple truth. Most of the time we don't even know we do comparison. When you are in that sense of becoming a loving being, then all these principles and suggestions become tangible and obtainable. To be a loving being, sitting at home within yourself makes it possible to embrace self-love. When we embrace self-love, our world will begin to transform into something truly beautiful. Even when things are not 100%, they will still hold light. Yes, loving yourself makes a lot of sense, don't you think? Enjoy and laughter and gratitude. Stormie Raven-White.